Kirsty of Kirsty Does Stuff. Welcome to my garden in the sunshine. What I thought we'd do today is have a look at what I did in one of the previous videos when I potted up all the hanging baskets and the troughs. We can do a little look and see what's doing well, what's not doing well, what needs fed, what plants might need to come out or need deadheading, and we'll take a look around that and see how things are going. Okay, basket number one. Now I'll turn this around so you can have a good look. It's not, I'm trying to remember how many weeks it was since I potted it up. Maybe 3, something like that. It's not come on as much as I would have liked. It's not going mad with flowers, but it's not too bad. There's a bit of deadheading to do, but all the plants seem to be surviving okay, and the irrigation system seems to be working. So I'll let you have a close-up look. Basket number 2 is much the same. Some things are flowering, some things have finished flowering. Those geraniums in the top need a bit of a deadheading. Some things look lovely. A few fuchsias look like they're all in bud and coming out. Colour around the back there. First, a bit of deadheading. Okay, so I've done all the deadheading. There wasn't a huge amount to do. Normally when the Calabrachia gets more prolific, it's just covered with deadheads that you have to try and get rid of to keep it flowering. Because, as you probably know, when a bedding plant, it just wants to have a short and glamorous life. You know, it wants to set seed and reproduce itself, and then it can stop flowering. But if you remove all the things that could be seed heads, it keeps having to produce flowers, which is really what we want. We want our bang for our buck. Right, so but they're not looking bad. They're not showing off quite as yet, but I suppose we've got a few months to go, a few more of the summer season to go at. You don't want them doing too much too early. But at this point, what I'm going to do, you might remember when we actually potted them up, there was food in the compost. We put extra slow release fertilizer in the compost, but now I'm going to give them a liquid feed, and that will hopefully give them a bit of a kick, bit of a boost to put on more flowers. So what I'm using is this. It's Richard Jackson's premium plant food, which I use quite often. You get a big tub, it lasts you a long time. I'm not endorsing anything, I'm just telling you what I've been using, and it seems to have good results. You've got to be constant though, and remember to feed them every once in a while, you know, when you think they require a feed. But the minute you stop, they all just go. But yeah, it's good stuff. I like it, but there's lots of other plant foods on the market that will do exactly the same thing. But for me, this gives them that boost to produce more flowers, to produce more foliage, and to really give you a show during the summer months. So I'm gonna give them a feed of this just now, and yeah, that's the next thing we're doing. Okay, not quite the same level of success story, a bit more, slightly more problematic, and I'm not sure why, have been my tubs this year. So if you haven't seen this video, I shall put it up above so you can see. Won't show you my horrible garage. There we go. Yes, I'll put it up above so you can watch it. But these were planted up just as I always plant them up, and they've got irrigation and everything. And one's doing okay, and the other one's, well, I'll show you. So ivy obviously is tough as old boots. That's doing fine. The petunias in the middle are okay, and the calabrachia here is pretty crispy and gone. And the nemesias, there, is that a bit of nemesia still around, just and no more? So what I was thinking of doing was planting something else in here to bulk it out, give a bit more colour and feed it all. Fingers crossed. I'll show you the other one. This is number 2, nearest the bottom of the driveway. This is doing better. As you can see, the calabrachia's survived and it's doing well. A bit of deadheading there to do. Nemesia's not so great again, but it's still there. The petunias are okay, so I might plant something else in that one, might leave it as it is. But I'll show you what I've got. I just bought some bits and pieces that I could use to fill holes. Just a wee look at these pots, either side of the garage, that seem to be doing pretty well. This is sort of like a prime area for slugs and snails to be able to get into the baskets or the tubs, so I have to be careful. But see, one's in full sun just now and the other one isn't, but they both seem to be doing well, and I'm very fond of the petunias this year. The colours have been lovely. Okay, even though they won't match anymore, I'm a sucker for a bit of colour, so we'll put these ones in, or one of them in. And I think we'll need to take out the old calabrachia that didn't do anything. These did actually get a bit waterlogged. Do you remember me saying you put a bit of plastic in the bottom and it keeps the water in there, keeps them damper for longer? But I actually kept them waterlogged because I was the irrigation was on twice a day, and so the water was coming right up, and I don't know if that's why this happened. Maybe, you never know. As I say, these were on the ground. They got munched by slugs and snails, and I didn't think they'd come back to life, but they seem to have produced quite a few flowers. So maybe if I put them in an environment where they get watered all the time and the slugs and snails can't reach them, they might be okay. Keep producing the flowers. Well, we can always replace it again if it doesn't work. So I'll put this on this side, and we'll give them that same food that we gave the hanging baskets. Give them a wee kick up the backside. Put that one further down. It's a dry old root ball that it'll get watered in a minute. Now, I'm wondering, I might put one of the other petunias in the back as well that I got, just to fill it out. look at the root ball on that guy. This is one of the orchid mist ones. And I'll make a hole and put it in at the back. Gives a bit of height as well. Yeah, that's good. I'll give these a good feed, and then that should look okay. I might chop off a few bits that are looking scabby around here, and then we're all good again. I'll have another look at the other one, but it seems okay. See what we think. Okay, so I've got a couple of petunias here, the orchid mist ones left over, and I thought I might just pop them in the top of a pot that's doing nothing at the moment. I've got this horrific weed growing out this one, which may have been a dahlia pot from last year, I'm not sure. So what I'm going to do is just take out the top layer, or well, I was going to take out the top layer, but it's all come away and it's all looking pretty solid, so I'll get rid of that. And therefore we're just repotting. I was going to just top dress the pot and put the dahlias in it, the petunias in it, but now I'll do it all from scratch. And I probably do have a dahlia that I can put in it as well, so I'll have a wee look for that. 1 second. Okay, so I've got a couple of dahlias here from the garage from last year, and they've got sprouts on them, can you see? So I'll put these up and put them in the bottom, and then put the petunias on the top and see what happens. Very late in the day, I know. Oh. So with the dahlias, you can see the sprouts, you can see the old shoot there, so this is the way up that they go. I'll just pop them both in there, cover them over with compost. There we go, and you never know, we might get some beautiful dahlia flowers out there. As with all dahlias in the garden, and petunias really, and quite a few other things, but there are two of the main ones. Watch out for slugs and snails, because that is their favourite delicacy. To go. Oh, right, I'll put that in there just now. Lovely.